Yo.
We back with another episode of Team 7 Podcast. We the three. We got the general on off. We got a general in here, the two co-captains. You gonna pass it to my boy Isiah?
Yeah, what's up? It's me, Desert Storms. It's been a minute since we filmed at Harness.
Yeah, bro. It's been 3 weeks, bro. And
luckily we had those in the can.
Yeah, we had a couple in the can.
Facts.
But since we starting off, let's dive into the reason why we've been at an absence.
Mm-hmm. You got your little one starting.
Yeah. To start off, I've been for the past 2 weeks before we even get to this week. After the last episode, I don't know what caused it. Honestly, I wish I could tell you, but I just got depressed. Like, I was down for 2 weeks bad. Like, it was really bad. It was some real horrible thoughts going on in the brain. But luckily, my boy right here, because he blessed me with this right here, that's from his grandparents that they blessed, and they brought back from the motherland of Mexico, and then he got me another one.
Facts. Just
to make sure that wherever I go, wherever I'm doing, 9 times out of 10 I'll be smoking.
It's gonna be prayed up.
I need to have some sort of guidance and some sort of somebody looking after me, because I'm telling you, for those 2 weeks, it was probably the worst pain that I've been in a while. And now, my dad's getting worse and sick, and that's probably why you see that I have my fucking medical equipment here on my neck. But he's gotten tragically worse over the past 2 weeks, and it's really weird, bro. Because the last time we talked, you played the song about my aunt, and then literally right after, I got into this dark spot, and then now my dad is getting worse. So everything to me is kind of like rumbling down. Everything's like a domino effect right now. But on a brighter note, because like I said, while we're back here, Isiah helped me pull myself out that deep ass hole and that dark spot that I was in. And so happily we're back here, and my dad is still doing bad, but there's nothing we can really do except but keep trying to make him feel more comfortable and try to make the process for him a little bit easier. But on a lighter note, like I said, and like you mentioned, my son is starting school. He had his first day.
Little man.
Bruh, it was the most adorable thing to see a person that you watch grow finally into like the real world, so to speak, because now he's with other kids his age. He's with one person telling him what to do, not me and his mom. He has to
learn how to be himself.
Yeah, he has to learn how to be who he's going to be. He has to learn who he's going to form himself to be, and he has to kind of, at this point, kind of configure to the, I wouldn't say he has to like confirm, but he has to configure to like the aspect of how school is ran, how classroom is ran, and you can't get up out your seat just when you feel bored. You gotta raise your hand. That was his biggest thing on his first day. Like, the boy didn't stay in the seat. The boy loved to chat, and he just has a big personality, bro. Like, his personality is just above this world. And the good thing about that, because it's good and it's bad. Teachers say he has ADHD. I say fuck that. You just want to medicate somebody. But the good part is he brings energy. He brings a real pure energy. Like, his photos that he took, his spots in sitting in his classroom, like leaving, watching him fucking wave and say goodbye and say you're gonna come back and pick me up, like all those things, and seeing that is his first jaunt into that kind of world. It was amazing, bro, because he's not just my little turd anymore. Nope. He's gonna be a grown up, and he's gonna have to go by that JK name, and that's gonna be crazy.
No, it was saying grown up, but I mean, I know as a father, you probably say grown up, but you're a little man's in kindergarten.
But you know what I meant, though, bro. You know what I meant.
But that's how you see your son.
Yeah, I feel old now.
Real
because
shit.
Damn, nigga, he's in kindergarten. I was just wiping his ass. Now, putting on his jeans, putting on his boxers, putting on his fucking little socks and shoes, and making sure he got his fucking tank top on. So if he fucking wants to get active, he can take his shirt off and run around. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's real crazy. But I think the most exciting part about all of it, about it all, is now I finally get to see who he is going to be. You know? Like, because he's always been, like, the person he runs to things. Like, he runs to get his monster trucks. He runs to go get color, to try to draw and paint and do this and that. And so now it's like, you have all the opportunities to see what you can try to do now. Like, you can, if you want to draw, if you want to be an artist, if you want to create music, if you want to be behind the camera, if you want to do this, if you want to be the person that's filming this, if you want to, anything you could possibly want to do. You watch YouTube all day. When you go to school, you get to go to school. Now when you get home, now after school, guess what you get to do? You get to figure out those things that you actually watch all day. Which one of those things actually makes sense to you? Which one of those things you have the most fun doing? Because if you have the most fun watching this and doing this, nothing funner than watching it than being on it. So learn to create, learn to do this. And hopefully, because I'm speaking too soon, but going through like English class and shit, that'll help him like learn like creative writing and shit like that. And bro, hopefully he don't be nothing like me when it comes to school, because my later years of school, my early years of school, bro, I was an A student, but the later years when I want to start kind of being who I am,
and where you're gonna be able to form that though is like that's the only way that your son's gonna excel, and that is like you're gonna have to. In essence, bro, you're gonna have to make them scared of you. Like, nigga, motherfucker, you better hit these motherfucking books.
Oh, no. See, there's a thing that... I'm happy that you brought that up. There's a thing that is completely different. His mom is, like, the one who, like, pampers him and pampers my daughter. Me, when I walk through the door, when he hear my car stop and hear me do my alarm, he's like, okay, it's time to get in line. Because when Papa comes home, there's no yelling, there's no screaming. No. I just got off work. Now it's time for you to tell me your whole day. You, not your mom. You. I want to hear from you. You tell me your whole entire day. Once you tell me your whole day, have you ate? Have you took a shower? Have you did anything you supposed to do towards these times? No. Okay. Well, let's get out your schoolwork now, because now you have schoolwork. But before that, we did the packet that your mom gave us, and that was the hardest thing, bro. To try to get someone. Think about this. To try to get someone who know their ABCs, know how to count to 20, but don't know how to write it, don't know how to spell it out, and don't like recognize every single letter or number by that fact. I'm good. It is very, very difficult, and you have to have patience. But that's the thing that I feel like I lacked is patience. But it
takes a lot of patience.
But with him and with her, I feel like I have to get out of my own way and be patient. And that's why I drill it into their head. I drill into their head nonstop. This is what you have to do. Do this, do that, do this, do that, and make sure it's done correctly. When you're done, bring it to me. I'll observe it. And then if it's not done correctly, we'll go over it together so we can actually get it and you'll know it. Then do it again. Because now you did it first. You did it first. You got some parts wrong. I helped you. You corrected it. Now do it all over. And let's see if you actually know and retain what we just did. Mm-hmm. And that's, to me, I feel like that's the steps of trying to teach or try to give back. And so in the aspect, that's what I'm trying to do for him. And now
good.
I'm just excited, bro. I'm really excited because to know that he's gonna have, little friends and have people that he's gonna look to protect, because that's the one thing that he is. He's very, very, very nice, but he's a protector when it comes down to it. Like, he does not want to be aggressive because he's going to be big. He doesn't want to be violent. But if you're going to push him to that spot, he has that spot. Like, that's the one thing that I'm proud of, because I know that's for a fact what he got from me. He got that dark eye where he flips, that's for me. My daughter, she's like that all day. Like, she'll flip on your ass all day. But him, he has a very sensitive side and very nice, and that's what I love and respect about him, because he has so much innocence, and I don't want that to be taken away. I don't want that to be taken away by, like these teachers trying to say, medication for ADHD, or I don't want nobody to get in his head about nothing. I want him to make his own decisions, him to be the boss of himself. That's why I tell him how to conduct himself as a man, because as a man you have to be the boss of yourself, because nobody can tell you how to feel, but nobody also can try to tell you what to do if you're in control of what you do. So hopefully he gets it. And today, if it goes all right and shit like that, hopefully he tell me his day, and hopefully his day will be better than it was the first day. And he started learning more about the curriculum and more about how to space himself and how to time himself and how to pace himself. Because the biggest thing is pacing yourself as a kid.
And in reality, most things it takes about a week. After a week of doing the same shit, you already come to terms. That's how the fuck it's going.
And he'll get used to like the rigmarole of things, and hopefully that's what I'm saying is hopefully it just get better for him, and it get better for just us as a whole, because right now with I'm not saying that this dark hole is just escaped, but being more eye level with the sunshine and not stuck in the dark, it feels a lot better, because I know there's going to be still more rough days ahead, because
there's always going to be
it's inevitable.
This is how you deal with the shit.
It's exactly the point. It's how you deal with it, making sure that you get the correct things and you put the correct things in place, and that's the point of continuing this and continue to having talks like we do, because these talks do help you, these help me, and these hopefully one day will help somebody else if they ever go through the same type of pain. But now I want to slowly transition to this. The last episode that we filmed, like I mentioned earlier, you had basically what would you call that, the notes?
I had the riff.
Okay, you had the riff.
I had the riff.
You had the riff of what the song was gonna be. And now you said you have the lyrics for it.
Indeed.
So we're gonna let you get tuned up here. Let me ask you something about this.
That's good.
Back in the day, you had to basically like guess this.
Yeah, no, you had to there's a way to do it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I kind of know how to do it, but honestly, I'd rather just do it with the phone. You know me, I'm 2022. You know what I'm saying? The phone is, I'm always gonna have the phone on me. You know.
They invented this shit for a reason.
Yeah, and there's tuner pedals, you know how I do the pedals and shit. There's pedals for that, but for me, I don't got no shame in it, nigga. Fuck it, I'm.
Yeah, it's good, bro. I just want to ask this to make sure I knew exactly what's going on there.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you know me, I never formally got trained to play guitar.
Taught yourself.
Taught myself, you know.
But that's the thing that makes all this interesting, because like I said before, I don't know if I said it when we were shooting, but I definitely told you this. Just have a conversation, just being homies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're a true musician. You're a true artist when it comes to this. It don't matter if you're singing on a microphone. It don't matter if you're playing the guitar. It don't matter if you're using a keyboard to fucking hit fucking pianos. You're a true musician. You're a true artist when it comes all the way down to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the thing that makes me excited, because to know that you had the riff 2-3 weeks ago, and now you actually have the lyrics to it. I want to hear it.
Right.
And I would love for everybody else at home to hear it too.
Alright. Well, the song's called On the Avenue, and
parentheses, Aunt Judy's song.
Yeah, Aunt Judy. You know, it's Aunt Judy's song. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna dedicate this performance to my brother Ernest.
Oh hell yeah!
So here it is. And I don't know why I stay here, thinking things won't go good. And I don't know why I stay here, feeling left and so sad. But I can't just walk away now. New season, but the same fear. When will I just wake up? New setting, but I've been here. When will I just wake up? I can't just walk away now.
Bro, see, that's like why I said you're a real musician. Because the second that you got started, nigga, I was. If it wasn't for this camera, bro, I would have broke down and started crying.
And it was crazy. Like, I got a little camera shy. I fucked up the verse, but I think that's the thing. Is like, if you fuck up, don't show that you fucked up. Just keep going.
Keep going. Power through it because it makes it sound authentic.
Authentic,
it makes it sound real because it's true.
And then what's crazy is all of my like favorite bands that I've seen like on live, like seen live or recordings. When you know they have the song and they play live, but they play it just a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Maybe because they messed up or whatever. Like, you know, I think that's the beautiful thing is like when you hear the song for what it is, and then you hear like another version of it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna lie, like I fucked it up, but. Yeah, that's not the point, you know. Like it was dedicated to you and the emotions, you know, and I just
vibe was real.
Yeah, you know, and I think the song before I think we were off camera talking about it. I think the song is like that feeling of like you're in too deep into anything, like a love or like an attachment to a family, whatever. Like, you know, we have too much. Like you can't just walk away, you know. Like and I was saying like when we were in camping, like. That experience was like one of the best camping trips I ever had, you know what I'm saying? And like I never got to like do it again, you know, like kind of selfishly, I guess. My own selfish things, like I wanted to experience that again, but you know we can't. And a part of me just maybe can't just like forget that, you know, like I'm always gonna be longing for that feeling of like, you know, when we were just chilling, you know, everything was good, like no bullshit, like that time of life, it was kind of like a.
Bruh, that you say that. That's the reason why people do drugs. I'm being honest, bro, because the feeling of having something either so exciting, either you have either whatever strong emotion it was, that was to some moment, either that you can't run away from it, or you want to recreate it. That's why most people do drugs. Most people do very hard drugs to try to recreate.
That's what they say. They chase that feeling.
You chase the feeling of. Either something that was very exciting, something very pleasurable, or something that was very like scary to you, but you want to overcome that anxiety feeling of being scared, so you chase it through drugs, and that's why most people keep going. And that's the sad part about it is once you try to achieve that feeling through drugs, you keep going with that same drug to try to get that feeling again, but you're not going to get it again. And that's why when people get sober, when they relapse, that's why the people who relapse and die off of like OD off of that shit, because they try to go back where they left off. They try to get that feeling, but you can't do that. Because if you was at your worst slamming a fucking 8-ball fucking coca week or a day or whatever the fuck, and you stop for like a year, you can't just I'm gonna go back one day and just chop up fucking the 8-ball and start snorting.
Let me ask you something. What do you think? What do you think about blow? You know, we listen to a lot of podcasts, like Joe Diaz, all that shit. A lot of LA niggas that do blow.
I got a bunch of family members and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it about blow that makes people do like weird things? Like they want, like Joe Diaz says, you want to like peek out window blinds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
whoa,
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say from experience, but I would say from well, I guess you would say experience. Paranoia. Paranoia come real heavy with blow, because it fucks with your brain, and it does something to your chemical makeup. And so once you blast off, bro, if you
that's what Joe Diaz said to you, take a blast.
Yeah, once you blast off, bro, you can damn nigga, loud ass fuck garbage truck and shit in the hood, nigga. But like, I don't even know if they can hear me through this like a loud ass garbage truck.
But we're really out here though.
Yeah, we really out here, nigga, on a stoop. But when you blast off, bro, what I've seen, like what I've personally witnessed, when people blast off, that's when they get aggressive. Like aggressive tendencies come out. Like I'll put it like this: aggressive and excited tendencies like go hand in hand. Like so.
That's why that dope head ass nigga. I don't know if I should say some names, but
don't
that dope head ass. I'll say that dope head ass Caucasian man.
Yeah.
It was trying to like say some stuff.
Yeah.
And I hope that pussy nigga watching this right now, cause nigga, I still want that fade. Don't think I bitched out on
Oh,
that.
you just gave it away, nigga.
Don't
Come on, guys. But you said no names, but you gave it away like a motherfucker.
That's the clip.
It is. That's the clip.
That's the clip.
But you gotta think about it, nigga. Like, if you're the person to get like excited about things, when you blast off, you gonna get like 10 times more excited. You can be like way more. You can be like overly excited about everything. Every idea is gonna seem like the best idea. You're gonna be way too involved, like overly involved. If you're like if you're the excitable type of person. If you're the aggressive type of person, you're probably gonna end up getting some fights, or you're gonna probably like punch a car out, or fucking get a bat and start beating shit or whatever. You can probably do some fucking aggravated shit, and that's gonna get you some charges and shit. But you gotta think about it. Once you go over that level, or once you go hit that threshold of blasting off a couple of times, and you reach that kind of peak where your brain is starting to change up a little bit, that's when the paranoia sets in. Because if you are like a steady, you know what I mean, blast user, you know what I mean, your paranoia is gonna be out there because you watching, you paranoid about everything. You want to make sure like who's that person talking to, like that person talking to, he's probably trying to connect me to this and connect them to that. You're always trying to play chess when there's no chess to be played.
Niggas always just trying to find out who got the bag.
Exactly, and that's another thing. You always looking. You know what I mean? And that's
hold up, wait. Enough of this drug talk. Let's get on something on a more serious note. Like I said, it's been 3+ weeks since I got to talk to you about some fight shit. I'm really excited about this topic.
Oh yeah.
I want to recap last weekend's fight night in San Diego, home of Dominic Cruz. Marlon Chito Vera knocks out Dominic Cruz. With a nasty ass head kick.
Hold up. Dominic Cruz got knocked out?
Dominic Cruz got put out. On top of the couple of times during the fight before he got knocked out, he got dropped like on like a couple of like, you know, slick punches from Chito. You know what I'm saying?
And Dominic Cruz like 36?
He's 37, I believe. But like I said, we can't take
135.
135.
Why is he still fighting? That's the one thing. He got a commentating job. He making pretty good money on that. Why he still fighting?
Nigga. And you know what's crazy is,
I know he got it. He a dog.
You know, he always talking that mess on DC, but really he should have done what DC did.
Yeah.
Because now DC got checks.
Yep. Sure does.
And he got those belts. Same thing as Dominic Cruz. He got the belts.
Same thing.
And he got the old belts too. If anything, those shits mean more. Nigga.
Those shits do mean more.
Like, nigga, I got the real belts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
These new plastic fucking paper machine.
And you know what's crazy is before you know, like they had a little fight video before the main event started. They show like the WEC highlights.
Yeah. You can't, but you see, that's the thing.
Man, oh man.
You cannot
Legendary.
compare somebody's 13 years ago career to their current career.
And that's why
they
I got
slowed down.
And that's why I have smoke for my real sibling, Michael Dela Cruz.
Why?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have smoke for him, and I hope he's watching. This man really said that because of the experience level, all the years, nigga, the belt holders, all the opponents, he fought them all.
Yeah, he fought them all.
But one thing I was trying to tell Michael, which these new stands, these new MMA stands.
Yeah, you call them stands.
Stands.
Yeah, so they ain't fans, they stands.
They think
They're
that
seat holders.
They think that MMA math works, and if any real nigga would tell you MMA math is a myth.
Yeah,
the shit don't work because when you get in there, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you this: this nigga was like, "Nah, he got too much experience, blah 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 blah, this and that." And I said, "Bro, look what he did to Frankie Edgar."
Yeah,
Frankie Edgar is Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Any nigga that said he's not Hall of Fame, nigga suck my dick. We can fade on that.
And Frankie Edgar came down from 2 different weight classes, so he had like power against him. If you'll say that.
And he flatlined him,
destroyed.
So I had told my brother this. I was like, "Look, what you gotta take into account is in MMA, it's runs."
Yep. It really is.
Runs. Like niggas going runs.
Hot streaks.
Yes. And nigga, you gotta do the best you can to not end that run.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're on a run, you can do anything.
You gotta maintain.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is Cheeto's been on a run. The last nigga who stopped him was what? Jose Waldo?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep. He lost to Jose Aldo.
And Jose Aldo beat the shit out of him. But look at the fights.
If you I wouldn't say beat the shit out of him. That was a great fight until the 5th round. The 5th round is what stole it for Jose because Jose grounded him and then didn't let him up.
And this is the thing that these stands will never understand, Ernest. Yes, that man beat him. Yes, he's older in age.
Mm-hmm.
But look.
It's the king of fucking Rio.
This man is not even 30 years old yet. Cheeto Vera.
And that's the thing. I thought that nigga was like 35.
No. So you're telling me this young man who's never been finished, never been knocked out, right? Only lost to the decision.
That nigga's like 28.
Look. This nigga really tried to tell me, oh, bro, Dominic Cruz, you know what I'm saying? He's too experienced. Blah, 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 blah. I said, look, you're telling me Cheeto Vera was inexperienced to go against Rob Font and beat the shit out of him?
Yeah. Dog walked him.
What is Rob Font doing to all these other guys?
Dog walking him, but then he got his ass dog walk.
So what I'm trying to say is, look, I had told my brother, I was like, look, bro.
Oh, maybe your brother. See if you get that nigga online.
My brother?
Yeah.
Nah, he at work.
He at work?
Nah, I ain't finna call the feds.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I'm about to call him.
He already listening.
I'm about to call him. I'm about to call the Fed phone, and I ain't doing that.
He already listening.
But anyways, what I'm trying to say was, look, I was like, look, we might as well. I had called that. I was like, look, we might as well start calling Cheeto the Legend Killer.
I don't know about that.
Oh, wait a minute.
About that.
My brother said the same thing. Wait a minute. Took out Frankie Edgar.
Okay.
Took out Dominic Cruz.
Okay.
He's gonna. Okay, if he beats O'Malley, which he will again, that'll be okay. That's not really a legend, but that's the memes.
But you can't say.
But hear me out. Even if he beat O'Malley, right, became champ or some shit, and then had the rematch with Jose Waldo, you tell me he's not beating him?
Yeah, but let me say that just because you brought him up, that was exactly my counterpoint. You can't call him a legend killer if he got beat by a legend. You know what I mean?
But
a legend beat him.
But this young man, but here's the
last
thing.
loss.
No, wait a minute.
And then now he beat two other legends,
young man,
but he lost to the other.
This young man is still evolving.
Yeah, but that's
nigga hasn't even broke 30.
But that's the thing. You can't coin a nickname.
What was John Jones doing at 30 years old? 30 years old, John Jones.
John Jones, 30 years old, was sniffing coke fucking strippers. I believe.
Oh,
I believe that was the headline.
You one of them?
I believe the headline.
You one of them?
I ain't go look. Let me defend myself. I'm not gonna say I believe the headlines, but the headlines was, and DC did say the nigga was snorting coke and fucking strippers. So if he wasn't, he wasn't. But if he was, he was.
He was.
But I can't, being a fan of I am, I can't still talk shit on John Jones now that we acquired his brother. Since the Raiders got Chandler Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Raiders got Chandler Jones. I can't really talk shit on John Jones right now. I got John Jones has to be
I did
like
not even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know John Jones had a brother in the NFL.
He has two brothers in the NFL. Arthur Jones and Chandler Jones. Arthur Jones won the Super Bowl.
What the fuck John Jones not in the NFL?
Too skinny and not enough power.
He played quarterback.
Fuck no. He too tall, not enough speed.
Not enough speed?
Not enough speed. For a quarterback in the NFL?
Have you seen John Jones train?
Hold on. I played football. Do you not know the speed of quarterbacks?
I don't. Inform me.
Okay, John Jones has a speed of I would say an offensive lineman. That's me. That's not good.
205.
Let me tell you something.
What's Tom Brady weigh?
Probably like 230. But you talk about the greatest football mind in the world.
I am.
Against John Jones.
An athletic specimen.
John Jones.
Pause.
John Jones, who didn't get a scholarship to play college football.
Damn.
John Jones, who I don't even think played high school football. You can't put a nigga who never played high school football.
Wait a minute. Can I go left real quick? On a side note, just for like 2 minutes?
What?
Will LeBron be a good MMA fighter?
If that nigga learned.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
If he can learn.
Hold on.
You telling me if John Jones don't hit the combine?
Cuz, you got. Okay, let me. I'm happy.
This is a good ass conversation.
I'm happy you brought that up. Because you brought two completely different athletic people. On one side, you have John Jones, who's very athletic when it comes to fighting. When it comes to moving your body against another human being in a fighting aspect, you have John Jones. Then you have LeBron James, who make niggas his size and smaller look like they shouldn't even be on the same court. And he's doing that shit at 40. So, you cannot take LeBron James, who, at a point, I'm not saying he could have, but I ain't saying he could have because he was spoon-fed. That nigga silver spoon like a motherfucker. But LeBron James, at a point, was getting like, when the NFL was going through this whole shit and the NBA was going through the whole shit, he was going to try out for the fucking Dallas Cowboys at tight end. You have a nigga that can play tight end in the NFL, which means you have the speed of a wide receiver and can block a defender. That's LeBron James. Sorry, that's okay. LeBron James. You have John Jones, who cannot be able to cover any of the people that I just named.
John Jones 6'4"?
Yeah. But he's slow.
205? John
Jones
6'4", 205?
That's
you telling me he couldn't be quarterback?
That's when he's cutting.
You telling me he couldn't be
quarterback?
When he's cutting.
When he's not cutting, he's like 230.
You telling me he wouldn't have good observation, nigga, of the field, nigga being 6'4"?
Yeah, but you have to think about...
And those legs, nigga, pause. You telling me he not gonna move up the field, nigga, in strides?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you another 6'4" quarterback that had speed and an arm and still not in the league right now. Colin Kaepernick. Okay? Colin Kaepernick 6'4". Colin Kaepernick got way stronger arms than John Jones. Colin Kaepernick is way faster than John Jones.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Cuz?
You're telling me the training sessions that John Jones doing ain't better than Colin Kaepernick's?
Fuck no. Do you know why?
Do you know why? Because
there is at the max 3 quarterbacks on the motherfucking team on a roster, and there's I think 32 teams in the league. Colin Kaepernick was on a team that went to the Super Bowl. Okay, that nigga got paid like over $100 million.
Ernest.
He got paid over $100 million.
I'm not an avid football fan, so I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know it. But I do know the Niners defense was really good and the line.
Yeah.
So let's not all say it was Colin Kaepernick now.
No. Nigga, I'm a Raider fan.
We can say he had a little pat back.
I'm a Raider fan. Okay.
Let's
get that straight.
It's not like he had to actually be out there doing his athletic best.
But Colin Kaepernick, when he was playing those years, when he pump faked and ran, he was probably the most dangerous quarterback in the open field.
Who set that up?
What are you talking about?
Like how was he even given the opportunity to even do that play? It had to been the line, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about when the line broke down and they got the credit for himself. That nigga made like a 70-yard touchdown by himself with his legs.
Did he?
Yeah, well, that's when the line broke down and he had to create for himself.
Okay.
What I mean is, John Jones would not be able to create no 70-yard scramble against cornerbacks. Cornerbacks.
Who's a cornerback?
Okay.
Like, tell me one that I would know.
A good one that you probably wouldn't know.
Those are niggas that stopped the runners?
Those are the ones who stopped the wide receivers. And they stopped the running backs. And I put it like this.
That's like
Charles Woodson. You know Charles Woodson?
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson was a cornerback and safety.
And Charles Woodson was kind of big. Pause.
He was 6'2", but he's fast as fuck.
So you're telling me he would tackle John Jones?
He would destroy John Jones. John Jones will be looking like a bitch on the field if Charles Woodson hit him.
You're telling me John Jones wouldn't know how to sprawl?
Nigga, sprawl is not in football. You can't sprawl in football. You sprawl in football. The only time you sprawl in football is if you're a defender trying to avoid like a chop block. And they outlaw chop blocking, so there's really not no reason to sprawl anymore.
So let me ask you this: is MMA a tougher sport than is football a tougher sport than MMA?
Football, I would say.
From your experience,
I would say the grind of football is a lot tougher than a grind of MMA, only because
you got pads and shit.
That, but the only reason I would say football is more like tougher because MMA there's like breaks. You have you have breaks and like
rounds
where you don't fight like throughout the year. You fight once, twice, 30 times maybe.
You telling me these football players are practicing every day?
If you're at the top of your game, yeah, you practice probably at least 4 to 5 times a week, even in the off season.
Let me ask you this: how
much improve?
How much do the pads weigh? But whole everything.
Gear on pads is everything
light.
Is maybe like 5 pounds.
So it's not even like that big of a deal. No.
The heaviest thing is the helmet and the shoes.
So you couldn't really say, "Oh, I got these pads on, I'm gassed."
No, the pads. If anything, the pads make you feel more constricted because it's across your chest. You wouldn't be able to like take the deepest breaths you can. But that's the whole point of training yourself with pads.
Who was the softest nigga on the football team
that I knew?
That you knew. Peak years. And why was he soft?
Okay.
This gonna be a good one. This gonna be a good one.
That's a good fucking question. The softest nigga I knew,
but somehow made it on the team.
Oh well, then see that's not fair because there's not to be misogynist, but we had a girl on the team one year, so you know what I mean. And like the bitch was hidden, but she was on the team. I think she was like a kicker or some shit, but. She was like a kicker trying to be linebacker or some shit. But I was like, please don't put this bitch in my area. Because if she's in my area, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to knock this bitch out.
The swim.
No, head. I'm going to crack her fucking skull. I'm going to hit her straight helmet to helmet. This is when helmet to helmet was still legal. Nigga, I'm going straight for your dome. But this is the thing. Back then, especially, sorry to fucking sidetrack from that. But back then, on the football team, especially on the line, your worth mattered by how many battle scars you had. There was probably 1 or 2 people that was up there with how many battle scars I had. Because I only hit with my head. That was it. Like, my hands, nigga, like, if you remember, nigga, I snapped both of my wrists during the fucking season. Like, I couldn't fucking be out here fucking trying to do moves. Nigga, I was, boom, get out my way. Move to the next nigga, boom.
Wait a minute.
My bad. But the softest nigga, I would say the softest nigga, just because if he put on that aspect, the softest nigga was probably this nigga named, I don't know if his name was Jay Leon or Javion, but his last name was Smith. He was a light skinned nigga. He was probably like 6'3" or something. He was on the line, and his build, like, for a nigga that size, that was like 6'3", is like, nigga, commit to the weights, commit to something, because even though like you're uncoordinated and shit, but with a nigga that's 6'3", you could put on muscle, you could put on weight, you could do whatever you want. You can be whatever side of the line you want and dominate. You have to actually want it. But he was soft. Like he was like
why was he on the team then?
Because he was big.
That's all.
He was like an extra body, sort of. Like he was like second team. He never started. He was like second team. Like when we like games where we was like blowing niggas out like 50 to fucking 0, he'll come in like fourth quarter and play the whole fourth quarter and like be getting like penalties. Because this is why he was soft. When it came to like practice, he'll be like one of the last niggas like to run in. Him and like this Punjabi guy, I don't remember his name, but he's on the shirt that I got in there. They was like the last people to always run in. When it comes to like hitting drills, he was like the easiest one to just push over like one arm, like get out of here, you're soft. When it came to like when we actually did like first team versus second team, it was like not fair because like nigga, if he's on the same side as me and anybody else, that's a wash. Like this play is not. We're not gonna get a real look at this play because if the running back is going through our hole, this hole is gonna be wide the fuck open. Not every game you're gonna have somebody like him starting, so it wasn't like a real look sometimes. But the thing that made him interesting was because he was a real artistic dude. Like he was real like flamboyant. I wouldn't say like homosexual, but like flamboyant. Like. And that's why I say he was soft, because like he was the type of dude that was like color coordinated all the time. His outfit never looked like it was got dirty. Like he was, something was very strange about him, but he was very kept together and shit. But he was probably the one I was the most saw because he was like one of the biggest niggas that was easiest to push over.
Word. Well, look, I think because we only got a couple minutes left, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna recap it on this. Yesterday, I went to jiu-jitsu practice for like the first time in like a month, nigga.
Okay.
A month. Cause I had pulled up, nigga. I was supposed to go train in the morning, but nigga, I had no gas. Nigga said, you know what I'm saying, ain't going cab. So I was like, fuck it, nigga. I'm gonna go to the 5 p.m. class when my parents get home. Use the car.
Mm-hmm.
I pull up, nigga. It's like 5:30 and shit. I got my little headphones on. That's what I like to do, you know what I'm saying, before I go train and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, kids' class ends. I put my gi on and shit. I got the rash guard underneath too. I knew that shit wasn't gonna last long. But we had just finished warm ups, nigga. We had did like 30 squats, nigga, like 20 push ups, nigga, like 30 sit ups, nigga, front rolls, back rolls, shrimps, nigga, the whole shit. Nigga, warm ups over. Professor was like, all right, go get water. As soon as he said we can get water, got off the mat, nigga. Took my rash guard off, put the gi back on, nigga. I was like, it is way too fucking hot.
Yeah.
You got then it's like 5 to like 8 p.m. is the hottest time of the motherfucking day.
It was like, see, that's the thing. Do you like practicing in the heat or you like?
I do, but like I don't like practicing with too much material on. Like if I'm training, and this thing they don't got the AC on in there too, so nigga,
see,
it's hot.
That's the thing.
It's hot, boy, and I got the gi on.
I feel like that's the thing that makes me feel more comfortable.
Hell, no.
Because wrestling for so long, like in the wrestling room, the heater was usually on. Nigga, I would wear sweaters and a beanie, a sweater beanie with fucking shorts or fucking sweats with wrestling shoes. Nigga wrestling somebody that's 205 pounds. So, and me, that was the biggest thing. I was never trying to be 205. I always to be hella under. I was always like 194, 196. Nigga, to try to keep that weight like that and to still try to fucking have energy, nigga, that shit was tough. But go ahead.
But, so yeah, so he said we get water and shit. We were learning like Delhi Hiva sweep. Or Delhi Hiva like a single X sweep.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool and shit. You know, I had teammates. I was teammates with my best training partner Ryan. He had purple belt.
Yeah.
What's crazy is Ryan's a cool dude. I think he's from down south. He's tall as fuck, nigga, like 6'3", at least like 250. Cut, like white boy, like corn fed. But he hella cool, like you know what I'm saying. He got a clone.
What you mean?
It's a white belt clone. Like it looks just like Ryan. Same thing. And
what about his strength though?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Corn fed. But here's the thing. But he a white belt. He kind of green. You know what I'm saying? So after we had this situationals, he was like, all right, it's time to do rolls. He was like the first one. He's like, hey, you want to be my? I was like, I ain't got no type. Nigga, I roll. You know what I'm saying? First things first. I try and whenever I start like a round, I always like try and stand up. Usually, like if I see like, all right, like they gonna be ready for this. They gonna be ready for the shot. They gonna sprawl my head, grab the collar. I'll usually just pull guard to Delhi Hiva. Like I pull guard, I fucked up, nigga. He knee cut me like to death. Boop. I'm in side control, right? I'm like, all right, cool. I try and tuck the little knee over. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get back to half guard so I can get back to full guard. You know what I'm saying? It's a big dude, but I'm playing it calm, and that's the thing.
Try to let him burn himself out.
It could be a big dude, but they don't know really how to finish. So I'm over here just real tight, and that's the thing. I'm keeping my hands close, make sure he can't grab my lapels, and I'm pushing on his hips. It's tight. Boom, 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 nigga. I know it. Nigga ain't gonna choke me and shit. If you try and go for the Ezekiel, push up. I get guard, right? Boom. I know it's like 1:15 left. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna try and throw up a submission. You know what I'm saying? I know he gonna smash me. I played like the whole like 6 minutes on damn near on the ground. So like 5 minutes. I ain't gonna cap. It's big, but like it's the first round. I know I got more rounds to come. I ain't gonna burn out.
Exactly.
It's like 1:15. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna throw the loop choke." All that is like he's in my guard. I got like my legs wrapped around him, get the lapel, and I try and like go under. He had no neck. Nigga was so big, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
nothing to fucking choke.
You know what I'm saying? And literally he could split my guard, dumbass easy. I'm like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? But that was a good round, and then I ended up rolling with Rebecca, who just got her blue belt. She's like my jiu-jitsu mom. That was a good roll. And then I roll a Professor Luna. He every time he smashes me to death, to the gills. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like rolling with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey, you want to roll?" And I was like, "I ain't gonna turn this down."
Hell yeah,
like,
bring it on.
Black belt asked me to roll. Hell yeah.
Yeah, get some experience.
And he smashed me to death, bro. Like, I'm not even shooting on this guy. And if I remember every time I would shoot on him, he would just guillotine me to death.
That's his like number one.
Nah,
No,
nah. Like,
damn.
bro, we're in the gi, and that's the thing. Like, he knows like judo sweeps. He knows like everything.
Oh, he's versed in it.
Hell yeah! And then one time, like he just pulled guard, right, bro. When I say this man's guard was like impenetrable, like I could not pass guard, couldn't, bro, couldn't. Nigga got on top of me and flew him out. Just his pressure alone, I was like, oh shit. Look up the clock, we got 3 minutes. Like, it's only been 2 minutes, cuz like,
damn.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it was good, you know what I'm saying? But the one thing I noticed, Aaron, I was like, damn, like I've been gone for a minute. The tank ain't there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's a given when you don't train for a minute. Like the tank,
exactly, yeah.
Can't expect that shit to stay filled. You know what I'm saying? Like shit expires. You know?
Fuck yeah, it does.
But anyways, that's just a little recap of what the fuck happened yesterday at fucking jiu-jitsu practice. To wrap shit up, but.
That's a good way to wrap it up, bro. Because I feel like the next time we come back, we need to at least have either Darian here, Los, or Island, so we can get into some football talk. Yep. Because
and the draft.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do that little fantasy draft bullshit. Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to get into.
Yes, sir.
But this is the wrap up. This is it. This is the wrap up.